Hi, Dr. Gaurav.
Hello.
Uh, so this is a very special interview with one of my friend from Department of Community Medicine, KEM, and this interview is much about his experiences because it would be much better if you hear it from someone who has done his UG from college in Mumbai and also has chosen a different institute that is KEM or what we call as Seth GS Medical College in Mumbai for his post graduation in community medicine. So, Dr. Gaurav, can you just elaborate or tell me why did you choose community medicine in first place and why KEM?
Okay. So see, as you said, my UG has been also from a college in Mumbai. So this question I was asked a lot when I actually entered post graduation, that why did I choose KEM instead of going to my UG college? Because as everyone knows, UG college gives you that more freedom when you're doing that PG because people know you there. So yeah, what I would like to say is when if a person is actually wants to if a person actually wants to pursue a career in community medicine, so they are actually what thought process do they inculcate in their brain when they actually want to pursue it? See, community medicine, when you think about it, what do you think? What is the first word that comes to your mind when you think about community medicine?
For me, it is about service. For me, it is about administration.
Yeah.
And understanding what is the problem in the in the first place, and also we find problems and also we find the solutions for the same problems.
Yeah. So what I'd like to say is this is community medicine, but community medicine is also much more.
Yes.
One more branch of community medicine is that you can actually work as an epidemiologist and as a clinician. Now this is the reason why I chose KEM as my post graduation, because KEM gave me that clinical exposure. The work that I was exposed to in my first year, as I'd like to say, as far as I know, in Mumbai, KEM is the only college which serves something called as a general OPD, and general OPD is where we'll see the general people first. When you are as a layman, if you come to KEM first, that is the first place that you will be sent to, that OPD 10 or general OPD. Now the specialty is that in KEM community medicine, our department handles that GOPD. So that gives me that amount of clinical exposure that I actually want.
Yes, basically we also see a lot of patients with usually that a general physician outside in any clinic that consults. We usually do it. We almost have around 300 to 400 patients. That was also the peak time when we had that much of patients in GOPD.
Yeah, even more in monsoon actually.
Yes. So how is KEM different from any other colleges in Mumbai or in Maharashtra? You are a better person to tell this. What do you think about
Okay,
this?
first of all, I'd like to say that KM is one of the most topmost institutes for pursuing community medicine, at least, because that's been my experience. And it has never been a boring moment as far as I can tell you. Because see, what happens is I came into KM, I came into my first year residency, and I was subjected to so many different workstations. There are a lot of different workstations.
Can you just elaborate what are the workstations you worked in KEM in your first year?
Yeah, in my first year, okay. So as I said, there was a general OPD. Now in general OPD as well, there is there we do a separate section called as the oral and breast cancer screening. Along with that, in the afternoon we have an immunization OPD. Immunization OPD that handles all the under 5 immunization. Along with that, we also have on like bi-weekly, 2 days per week, we have a yellow fever vaccination OPD.
Yes.
Along with that, we have an ARV OPD for anti-rabies vaccines. And after that, we have a non-communicable disease corner, the NCD corner setup, which has been implemented by Government of India in a lot of hospitals. We have an NCD corner. We have an IDSP postings.
Yes.
So where we actually upload and you get to deal with data on a daily basis.
Yeah,
and how will you manage that data? And
the data about diseases.
Data about the diseases, especially the communicable diseases, and especially important during monsoon. Along with that, we also get posted to, we have a separate posting in Kasturba Hospital. So there we actually it's an infectious disease hospital, specializing in infectious diseases and hepatitis. So what happens is there we get more exposure. We are told to handle wards there, so we see inpatient and ward patients as well. So handling them right from their treatment, along with their prognosis and everything, we handle there. And I guess we have a few more stations, like apart from that also we get what other postings we have?
I think we had camp duties.
Yeah, the camp
In first
duties
year,
as
first
well.
years we had camp duties, and also I think we learnt a lot about how to make reports, how to handle data. Because I don't think so any other department would be so much interested in handling this data and medical records as much as we do actually, and how we analyze these things and how we make reports. That is actually a completely different.
Once before coming to PG, if you had been told to make reports, that sounds like boring, I guess. But as a community medicine resident, I like to tell you, see, data is a very vital role, plays a very vital role in our branch. So how will you learn to manage that data? Because see, when after post graduation you join into some administration or join into some other branch, what you want to deal with, especially in the part of epidemiology, is how will you extrapolate that data and how will you get to know the source of that infection, or how will you know if there is a point source epidemic or if there is a upcoming pandemic. So that you get to know by going through that data, and how will you analyze that data, and that comes through, and the basis of that is how will you read that report, and that we've been taught by teaching us how to make proper reports.
So you think the exposure that we get in first year would not be available in other Mumbai or Maharashtra colleges?
I hardly doubt actually, because as far as I know, the amount of workstations are like most in KEM itself.
Yes.
So I hardly doubt that any other college will offer this many variety of workstations to work in.
Yes. And how about the second year? How is the second year?
Second year is entirely
You are currently
different.
right now in second
right
year.
now I'm in second year. So it is entirely different. What I'd like to say is, okay, first year you spend your whole year in KEM learning about a lot of more things, which includes research as a major part as well. So apart from all the workstations which I mentioned, and research and reports and data handling, second year we are being sent to it is divided into three parts now. One is our rural postings. So we are sent to two different places. One is to work in a PHC and work and know the rural population. Along with that, then we have one occupational center posting, occupational health center, where also we have been sent to posting. So that is a water treatment plant, and we learn how the water treatment works, how the filtration, right from filtration to storage and distribution of water, how does it work. And after that we have been posted in urban health training center. So there we learn about the rural population, then we learn about the urban population as well. So catering to those urban populations, and how a UHC, urban health center or urban health training center, will cater to a population. Basically that is the first point of contact.
Yes. So what all work do you do in urban health center?
In urban health center, again we have many more workstations. So basically we have again a general OPD whereby we see all the general patients. In the afternoon we also serve a well baby clinic, and along with that we have a chronic OPD patients. So that is for hypertension, diabetes, ISD patients. We have a pediatric OPD, and we have our center is a link ART center as well as an STI Suraksha clinic. So we serve to those population as well. Along with that, our TB OPD is actually very a lot of patients. There's a good amount of patient load in a TB OPD. Along with that, we also cater to lab services, and there's a pharmacy as well. So all these are plus we have an associated health post as well, where they also provide ANC services. Along with this, then we are also sent into the community. We do outreach activities, you might be remembering we did a TB day program, we did a Women's Day, International Women's Day program, where we also did a program for addressing breastfeeding and breastfeeding issues. So, and also along with that, we collaborate and work with a lot of different NGOs. So it gives us a lot more exposure. Basically, see, community medicine, we've been learning from the department to handle data and all the stuff. Then we going into the community, and now we are working for the community and understanding how the community works. So that we can provide them what they actually want. So it gives a very big, it opens up your horizons.
Okay. And what about the DRP? That there is some different program as DRP program.
Yeah,
can you just tell me about that?
Yeah, there is, good that you mentioned it. There was the third part which I said. These were the two parts. The third part is the DRP, which is the district residency posting. District residency posting is a new venture that had been started. So in our third, fourth, fifth semester, we have been sent for 3 months in a DRP posting, where there are different offices where we are posted. So we are being sent to EHO offices, even ward duties. There's HBT clinics which we have been sent to.
Are these administrative kind of work?
Depends on where you are being sent to. Basically, again, it is administrative, so you get an administrative administrative lookup to community medicine. That, and along with that also data management. So you are working with the people you are working in the healthcare system of Mumbai or of Mumbai, like BMC. So there you come to know how the situations are being handled in real life time. So for example, if you go to EPI, so that is the section which handles immunization. So in immunization, you might look into what happens actually when you get an AEFI. So what happens is a case is developed after an immunization and that's a suspected AEFI. So what happens afterwards? How is the vaccine traced back to? How is the batch traced back to? And what are the steps and measures that have been taken so as to identify, as you know, AEFI, there has been a lot of branches, right from the human error, right from the manufacturing error to disposable error, a lot of errors. So they track to what exactly is the situation, where the error came from, and because one vial will be given to not a single kid, depending on the vaccine obviously, but that to prevent to other children as well, and if the batch is faulty, to trace back the whole problem to an exact point and to cater it from there. So basically, why I love community. This is why I love community medicine, because see, that one problem, you won't be serving just one kid. That is, you are tracing back to that, so that problem doesn't affect the whole area of kids, which is being catered by the immunization.
Yes. So this entire is a second year. So can you just tell me how many months you are posted in rural and how many months you are posted?
Okay, so it varies actually. USTC may get posted on an average. I'll tell you, there are around 2 to 3 months of rural postings, 3 months of DRP, and the rest of the year, around 7 to 10 months, is our USTC posting.
And how about the third year after that?
Okay, third year is again we are sent back to our department, our college, KM college for KM. Here we actually then start working as teaching as well. So we take UG lectures, we take UG visits.
I think that starts from second year.
That starts from second year, yes. So by the end of second year, we'll start getting acclimatized to this situation, and they'll start with our micro teachings where the professors of the department will actually teach us like how to take classes and what all should be included and everything.
Yes.
And then after that, from the inception of that, we start teaching the students as well. So that it gives you, and it gives you a lookout into teaching as well, which is also a career which you can pursue in community medicine.
What do you think about the overall academics as such in KM Department of Community Medicine?
Academics is very good because I'll tell you, we have weekly PG teaching activities. It's like right from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every day we have PG teaching activity. I'll tell you. One day, I'll give you a brief example. It includes everything, like from a faculty lecture teaching you proper important topics to a case presentation. We have 3 different types of case presentation. In our exams, we take there's a social case, there's a long case, and then a short case. So we do case presentations. There's a journal club whereby we analyze articles and we learn how to write and what not to write while publishing a manuscript and article, as well as understanding different types of statistics. So giving a statistics, we have a biostatistician who takes our biostatistics class. And Saturdays also, when we are posted in rural, so we are expected to come back to the department on Saturdays and give out a rural meeting. So they teach us about the rural faculties. The faculties will teach us about the rural area and what all are to be done, what all are to be seen, and we will present to them what we have looked up and what we have seen, so that it is a sharing of experience. So that is another view of teaching.
Yes, and also there is university seminar during Saturday.
Yeah, there is a university seminar as well. So what we do is like in 4 colleges, or more than 5 or 6 colleges, including private colleges as well. So we all over Mumbai, all the residents of community medicine, each college has its turn. So they take a trending topic, they take a good innovative topic that has to be discussed on, that needs to be discussed on, and they present it.
Okay.
So which also including they call in known faculties of that, known people who are actually well versed in that topic, and they also come in and give their views and teach us.
Yes.
So that is a very innovative thing. There was one seminar, like there are quite a few seminars, there was one in our college on travel medicine. That was very nice because these are you get FAQs, right? You get frequently asked questions when someone of your known relative is traveling, and they'll call you and they'll be like, okay, we want to do this and this situation is happening. Yes. What should we do? Yes. And you as a PSM resident should have an idea. I think at least should have an idea what you should tell them. You cannot just tell them that I don't know anything. Yes. So these are the topics, these are the trending topics that actually share a light on you get to know from there, so then you can help out others.
Yes, in fact, we did a university seminar presentation on AI in healthcare.
Yeah, that was also very important because AI, as you know, artificial intelligence in healthcare is like the trending topic right now. A lot of people are doing a lot of things, and especially if I like to speak on AI because it's one of my favorite topics. So the rising trend of AI, including a lot of AI in research as well. Like the amount of help that AI can give you all, an amount of, while processing a data, right from processing the data to doing a review of literature, and a lot of AIs have been developed, and that is actually very nice, that people get to know, people get to teach it, and the way you all conveyed the whole seminar was also very great.
Yes. So, along with this, how is the thesis work? And how much support do you get from faculty? How is the research? Other than the academics part, I mean, you also do research and thesis, right? How is it?
See, so this is for everyone, not just community medicine, but we have to do one dissertation or thesis, as we say, in our whole curriculum. And for us, there is also something called as a mandatory project public. We have to do a project and other academic project and publish it. Along with that, we have to do a paper and poster, poster presentation. So thesis is something that is like mandatory thing. So we have a lot of faculties helping us throughout the department. I've approached a lot of faculty. We get allotted our guides. So our guides are the one who are helping us throughout the way. So right from, we go to them with our area of interest. So we'll tell them, okay, this is our area of interest and this is what we want to do, and then they'll help us forming the research question.
I think all this wisdom you have got out of research is because of the kind of the environment that we have in KEM, the kind of academic support and all the support for research and thesis that we have in KEM, basically.
Basically, as I told you, I used to approach a lot of my faculty, my guide as well. It started from my guide, and then I used to go everywhere on faculty asking for, if I should do, what I should do, and how I should do. So KM has helped me a lot in my research journey as well.
Okay. Can you tell me about other than academics and research? What other exposures KM has given you? And maybe I can say Mumbai. Mumbai is anyways everybody knows Mumbai. But KM, Department of Community Medicine, being in community medicine and in KM, what other extracurricular things?
You can see that one of which is our KM t-shirt. So this is I'll tell something.
Yes. Can you tell me something about that?
Yeah, it's KM MARD. So KM MARD stands for Maharashtra Association of Resident Doctors. So we have our own association for the residents. So what community medicine does, one of the important qualities of a community medicine resident is communication skills as well as leadership skills and managerial skills. So what this branch has given us, that confidence when I'd like to tell you that we have KM MARD basically. Our KM also has this organization called KM MARD, and I am the current president of the committee.
And I am the chief coordinator.
So we know, the amount of confidence that community medicine gives us, and amount of exposure that you give us, that when we are talking to someone in high official position, that accountability that you have on your shoulders when you are speaking and when you are representing a whole batch of residents.
Yes, I think every year we have around 270 to 275 PGs
in our colleges. Yes, in our colleges, and
postgraduates and fellows.
Postgraduate and fellow. Along with that, we have super specialty resident as well. So if you count them as well, there is
that's 3 years. We can say almost 1,000 people we are representing in KM MARD.
Yeah,
and so that has given you a lot of scope. I mean, administrative kind of being a leader kind of thing.
See, scope I don't know yet because I'm just in second year. But what I'd like to say is, that confidence which comes from handling the situations, and if someone is interested in administrative aspect of community medicine, this gives you a very big boost, because I tell you, when you are there in situations which we are handling as MARD, and you can face any situation in any point of time, it comes off all of a sudden and you have to manage it, and you cannot tell that because you are accountable, your face is there, your name is there, and as a team that whole residents will come to you. Okay, what should we do, and how should we tackle the situation, and how should you tackle and talk with the authorities? That flow has to come, and this is where I feel that community medicine actually gives you that confidence. Okay, you can go and do these things. So it also helps you take scope. I can tell you, handling those situations, you will give you certain edge over others because you are there, you have worked in those situations before.
Yes.
And ahead in your life, if you actually get into some situation, you will have some idea
Yes,
on how
I
to
think
deal
you
with it.
will already know how to make a team, how to form a team, how to
Yeah.
lead a team, how to talk to people, maybe.
That also comes
Yes.
from the camps, you know,
Yes.
when we had gone for the camp. So we are being sent to organize a camp. When someone organizes a camp, like someone like a monsoon camp, or so we have to actually manage and see like how the, you know, like allocation of resources
Mm.
and allocation of resources, including human resources, like the doctors who is doing what work, and how that entire setup you have to manage. And that also comes, that experience has been provided by community medicine.
Nice, nice. So, what I mean, overall about the extracurricular activities, how is the support of the KEM staff or Department of Community Medicine or KEM as well?
It's nice. It's nice. Like they see when you are pursuing something which you have an interest in. Like, you know, we also perform, like we take part in making reels and competition, and like, okay, that is educational aspect of PSM as well, but that also is an extracurricular part. We take part in debates, like, you know, last in like inter-college debate, our college team won. So we had our seniors, me and a junior, so our team won. There is a debate competition, there's an extempore, all these other extracurricular activities, you know, it boosts your confidence, it boosts your CV, and that is something that is very helpful in the longer run.
Okay, so just let me summarize the entire thing, and there is like 2 or 3 questions I will ask you in the end. If you are given a chance to go back maybe 1.5 year and choose your college, maybe you have got a good rank and you have got to choose a college, would you choose KEM again?
Yeah,
You would choose KEM?
I would choose KEM.
Okay, and why?
Again, as I told you, see, I had a few other colleges in mind while taking KEM, but the amount of experience and the amount of things that I've gone through in this past year, and what I am after one year, is something that I would always like to have in my life experience. Like, it's something that I would always like to carry in my backpack, a backpack of experience. And this is something which I can tell that KEM has provided me with, because the vast amount of variety. I told you, there wasn't a single boring moment in my residency, and I am someone actually who some day gets bored very easily. But community medicine and KEM has provided me a lot, like, you know, vast amount of variety, and that different amount of experiences is, I doubt anyone will at the college might give me.
Okay. You have any other concluding remarks to say, or anything else to say to our viewers? Maybe somebody who is a NEET PG aspirant might be just in a dilemma whether to take community medicine, and which, if I am taking community medicine, basically which college to take. So any concluding remarks you have to say to our viewers?
Yeah, basically what I'd like to say is community medicine is a very what's the term, like, you know, it's very underlooked subject as a post graduation, and somewhere the students are not the entire thing entirely, are not to be entirely blamed, because, you know, the way we have been taught PSM or community medicine and the way that we are seeing it now as postgraduate is entirely different.
Yes.
So when I was studying in my third minor, I would never have imagined that this is PSM. I would never have thought that, and that is something that, you know, that is something that has to be shared to these people, so that they can know that PSM is not just what one book which we read says.
Yes.
And it is way more than that, and the practical aspect is so lovely that once you get into that subject, you will fall in love with that subject.
Yes.
And it is a subject that, you know, that we should fall in love with. It is somewhat that, you know, the way it has been conveyed to us by some people, or like, you know, by the books that we read, that we tend to overlook the subject, like, okay, PSM is not something that you can read in a book. PSM is not something that you can read and understand anything. It has community, and it's community medicine. You have to go and serve in the community, you have to see in the community, you have to see all the variety of things that PSM or community medicine as a branch has to offer to you, and only then you will understand, okay, this is community medicine. Maybe if we can some way, you know, try to channelize residents and make them understand, okay, this is the part of community medicine, maybe then a lot of more people will be more interested in taking up. And regarding colleges as well, there are a lot of colleges which are very nice, and individual aspect wise. So, but staying in Maharashtra, I can tell you that KEM is one of the most prestigious colleges, and something that some the college which will definitely have a lot to offer when you come and take a branch of community medicine as a post graduation.
Yes.
There are other colleges as well, but for me, like as I am studying in KM, it is a very good college. I would definitely recommend it.
So with this concluding remarks, I would also conclude with the saying. There's a saying that we all know. Jack of all, but master of none.
Jack of
But
all.
that is just a half of it that we know. The much bigger saying is Jack of all, master of none.
Master of none.
Is much
Best
better
better
than a
master of
master of one. So with this concluding remarks, I'll just also tell you that you just take your time if you are in a confusion to decide which branch you choose after your MBBS. Just take your time, understand who you are, what you want to become, maybe in a longer term, and think wisely. And KM is definitely a good option for community medicine. With this, I would like thank Dr. Gaurav for this opportunity, and I would thank all of you to watch this video till here. Thank you.
Thank you.